The basic essentials of business security. These are essentially the basic requirements to protect your business at a technological level. My name is Roger Smith and I am the Operations Manager at Paradigm Management Group. This information is for small and medium businesses and not-for-profit organisations. No matter what business you are in, your business is unique. Businesses are as unique as their owners, and even two exactly the same types of businesses will have different ways of doing things. This happens because people see business differently and believe that they have the correct way of doing something. Security for your business is a mixture of paying attention to detail, but most of it is common sense. Why is it common sense? Well, if you think that something is bad, it usually is. That stops you from doing it. Access to your business. In this day and age, the access to your business can be viewed the same way you look at someone coming to your house. Depending on how well you know the person will depend on how much access you grant to them. So a person you do not know who comes to your door and wants to use your phone would not be left alone if they were even allowed in. If you had a cordless phone, they would probably be still standing outside the front door. A contractor who has come to repair your dishwasher would be given access to the kitchen, but also would be watched as they were doing their job. Not as closely, but they would be watched. If your mother-in-law came to your house, they would have relatively good access to the house, but you would still keep them out of places like your bedroom or your shed. But you yourself have full access to everything that you need to have access to. There's a fine balancing act between access and functionality. A business cannot afford to be offline, not connected to the internet. Even at a basic level, no email is impractical. Going the other way, you need to be able to allow your users and yourself to do their job. As a starting point, the more complicated you make access to, the more your users will try to circumvent the security, or they will become relatively unhappy and unproductive. If you have complex passwords that need to be changed every 24 hours, has to be different every day over a 30-day period, and had to be 10 characters long to gain access to data in your business, then you would have very good security, but probably no staff. If you input complicated passwords that had to be more than 8 characters, had to be changed every 30 days, and they could be reused after 6 months, then you would have good functional security that would not piss your staff off too much. The types of businesses you may mean that you have tighter security. If you're the owner of a think tank that has a high level of intellectual property, then a higher level of security would be needed. To protect that IP would be critical to your business. Some businesses even compartmentalize projects to make them even more secure. This means that the individual components don't know what the complete picture is all about. This level of security would reflect the need-to-know mentality that would be required. By contrast, that to a carpenter's business who only needs access to email and accounts, then the security requirements, although no less important, would be greatly reduced. The basic essentials of small business security is focused on a number of things. You need to be able to restrict access to your business data, both from inside and also from outside. Your business needs the functionality to work. The security is an overall attitude that the business has to get on with the business. Security needs to have reports. Is it working? Who has access? What has been accessed? Who has tried to access this? And something that they may not understand, but something that has been accessed. Business security is about multi-levels. Think of an onion. The more levels that you have in place, the harder it is to gain access to your business data. Internal access can be less tight than external access because internal people are already been authenticated to have access to your data. Cloud versus online. In the business world, cloud computing is one of the flavors of the month. The security around the cloud computing offering are as tight as you make them. You think of them as an extension of your business to a location outside your business. So the connection to that cloud system from your office is your responsibility, but it needs to be in such a way that it promotes secure communications. The problems associated with cloud computing in Australia are twofold. Internet speeds in Australia outside the capital cities make for substantially slow systems, and they become cumbersome. When the NBN comes in, this will change, we all hope. There are some applications that you can't get to go on the cloud. Access is probably one of the highlights. So in conclusion, every business is unique, and how they look at security will be different. The business that you are in will define your security requirements. The fine line between functionality and security can be hard to find. 90% of security is common sense. Your duty of care for your business is to protect your users, data and business from those who would gain access for reasons that nobody seems to know. In security, just remember onions. The more rings that you have in protection, then the safer your system is. Thank you.